In this video, I'm just going to quickly show you the process of deleting a column from within a dataset within Loadit. So let's say in this example, I've got some customer data, and at the end here I have this addressed column, which I don't want to include. I want to actually exclude or delete from my output. Now the natural instinct might be to try and select this column and press delete to delete it. But the idea with Loadit is that it works by definition rather than by manual action. So what I actually need to do is tell Loadit or give Loadit a step, and that step involves removing a column from the output. So perhaps the most obvious way to do this is using the adjust columns module. So if I link that to my Excel workbook, you'll see that adjust columns lists out all of the columns that exist in that data, and then I can sort of do various different things to it. So I could sort of change the output name or reorder the columns or whatever. In this case, my idea is to just exclude the column and therefore sort of delete it from the output to hand. So you can see here that the address column is now gone. And so by defining it like that, I can save this package, and that action to exclude the address column is then included in the definition of this package, and therefore each time I run it, Loadit will, or each time I run this package, then Loadit will perform that step each time. Now this is actually quite a small little tweak to the data, so perhaps having a whole module here just to do that one thing is a bit of overkill. So an alternative technique is to use the adjust columns, but not as a separate module, but as an output tweak added onto the end of the, in this case, the Excel data source. So if I configure that, let's say we'll give it a name, remove address, and then tell Loadit to apply that. I'll just apply it to all targets in this case. Actually, no, I think I will maybe just apply it to the first output, which in this case is our customer's data. And then I'll configure the steps, and then the steps are basically exactly the same as the adjust columns dialog that we saw before, because it actually is the same, effectively the same module, just embedded as an output tweak rather than a separate module on its own. So if I deselect that, you can see that address gets excluded, and away we go. The net effect of that then is that the address column is excluded or deleted, and it's as if that Excel workbook never contained that address column in the first place, which is a nice, neat, easy way of sort of hiding away that little detail. Obviously, we have the output tweaks icon here, which we can click and edit, and obviously notifies other people that there's a little extra step happening at the end of this module. So that's it. Hope that all makes sense. Get in touch if you want to know more. Thanks.